So somebody asked me a question the other day, just basically how positive I am, the journey I've been on, the past, what I've experienced, and how I've grown through life, and that energy and attitude that I have that's really positive. And somebody asked me the question, do you get problems or issues? And I said, absolutely. But it's your perception of what a problem and an issue is. I've experienced adversity. I've experienced the many dynamics of stress when we've got to deal with our thoughts and feelings in our internal world and be able to process. And that's what I talk about in reaction. If we're in the old software and we're reacting, we're going to have problems and issues. We're going to perceive things that way. We're going to be struggled. We're going to be challenged. And if something's overwhelming, and I use fighting for example, being a boxer, the most frightening, scariest, anxious, fearful experience of getting in a ring and fighting somebody. I mean, it's a great challenge. But you can potentially get used to that, like fighters get used to that over time. And when you get used to managing the process of moving from the amygdala brain, the freeze, flight and fight, to understand that everything is a process, it's not a problem, it's a challenge, it's a process. Anything that could potentially overwhelm you can be managed and processed without a doubt. And I use martial arts as a perfect example because we learn to move and weave through life experience, and that's where your growth is. So somebody asking me, do you have problems and issues? I do. I just call them all challenges. It's a challenge, it's a process. I feel uncomfortable in the moment, but that could be a sign of change, me needing to change something. That could be somebody dropping a truth bomb. I can feel uncomfortable, and in that process of feeling that sensation, I can manage it and I can move it. Just like a fighter, I can stay responsive. I can get in the ring like a tree, stay grounded, stay responsive, which is what I teach through BoxWaz. Then at the end of the day, you learn to go through the process from reaction to response, being able to respond like a tree that's strong, that can weather any storm, to then switch on and tune in, to realize that moving from reaction to response, when we switch on and tune in, we just become bright responders, bright processors. We just manage things that bit quicker, and in doing so, we don't get stuck with that negative charge left in the body, like adrenaline or cortisol in our endocrine system, which is what happens. We end up, really, the nervous system can get saturated, the sympathetic nervous system, whereas the parasympathetic nervous system is the restorative system. And that's what we need to be developing through movement, through exercise. So the question is, I feel challenged on a daily basis. Problems, issues, adversity are all dynamics of change that we need to work with from an internal perspective. Have a great day. It ain't a problem, it's a challenge. Take care and enjoy.